Hey, it's Red again. It's getting into the holiday season and I feel sorry for all of the retail workers this year. And every year, but especially this year. So today I'm going to be reading some Tales from Retail in support and solidarity. I worked retail for a long time and I know what you're going through. Hang in there, you can do it. You can survive. Okay, let's get going with our first story. Unauthorized shopper. I work at a military-run retail store that operates for active duty retirees and their dependents. My store is not on a base, but in an area heavily populated by retired military. Tonight I was the closing shift manager. I get called to the front of the store half an hour before closing. The associate making the announcement just says very abruptly, "Manager to the front," which is always kinda ominous. I come up cautiously looking for some kind of disaster. The associates look at each other and one finally says to me, "There's a dog loose in this store and he's jumping on people." Sorry, what? And sure enough, a huge black lab comes waddling out of the promotional aisle towards me, closely followed by two of the deli associates. He jumps up on me, almost knocking me over, while his tail is wagging non-stop. The deli associates are able to grab him by the collar and check his tag. Our new friend's name was Rocky. Some customers had stopped to see him. One had his phone out and offered to call the number on the tag. The owner answers and panics. His wife was walking their two dogs in their neighborhood about a mile away. Rocky got away somehow and made his way over here to our store. We'd assumed he was a customer's and he'd gotten out of their car. Nope, he trotted up into the store on his own and started saying hi to everyone there. So I grab a chair and sit down in a corner and pet Rocky until his dad arrives a few minutes later. His dad gets here and Rocky jumps up to greet him. The owner tells us that Rocky loves meeting new people but hasn't been able to do that this year. I tell him that Rocky made a ton of friends today and he's welcome to come by again and say hi. Usually surprises in retail are unpleasant ones. This one was actually pretty good and had a happy ending. And I wish all of you happy retail stories. I know, sometimes they're few and far between, but yes, there are happy stories out there. Now would be the perfect time to click the like button. Thank you. Okay. Let's get on with the next story. Old guy yells at me while I help his wife pick out a toy. So, I work in an adult store. The stories I could tell just from my year here could fill a book, particularly because I work in a rather methy small town in Canada. I also work late shifts most nights, so it gets interesting. Anyways, tonight I had two fine glossy-eyed specimens enter my store and they set off a few retail red flags immediately, so I kept an eye out, but offered my assistance and didn't bother them while they looked around. For some context, everything in my store is under a magnet lock, so I have to come over and unlock whatever product they're wanting off the hook. They also asked me to come and grab a few items off the wall and put them behind the counter while I continued to browse. As I head back to the counter, I hear a telltale cardboard rip and see the lady had ripped a box of lingerie off the hook and was examining it, while swaying drunkenly, mind you. I walked over and gently asked for it back from her so I could tape the product back up, since the box was all mangled now and she didn't want it. As I'm turning around to do this, she rips off another one. I turn around and calmly say, "Hey, could you just be careful not to rip the merchandise off? I can grab anything if you want to look at it." She apologized immediately and slurred that she was just trying to see the back. I told her it was not an issue, probably just heavy drunk hands, so I took both items back behind the counter to fix. As I did this, drunk hubby walks up to the counter and raises his voice at me as his wife continues to look around. Side note, I'm incredibly upbeat and cheery. That's just naturally how I am, and it works great to de-escalate situations. So imagine me genuinely smiling and being helpful through all of this. "We're not spending any more effing money here. We would, but we don't want to buy anything else from you." Because I asked her very nicely to be careful with the products. "It's not like she did it on purpose. I'm coming back tomorrow to speak with your boss." "Okay, for sure, feel free. I'm just doing my job and making sure stuff doesn't get damaged. Anything else I can help you with?" My boss honestly would have told the guy to F off. "No, we're leaving." Wife is looking intently at the wall of toys. Wait, hold on, I like this one. Babe, let's go. We're effing leaving now. Wait. No, now. Can I help you choose from any of those? I said we're effing going now. One more minute. Does this one recharge? No, not that one, but I do have this one over here that's 40% off and is rechargeable. It comes in pink? Yep, right here. And waterproof? Absolutely. Yeah, I'll take that. So, he stands with his arms crossed and brows furrowed while I grab the products for them. Then he has to fork over $350 for all the stuff they grabbed. I happily bagged it all and asked all the basic questions, followed up by my best wishes for a lovely evening, and smiled because he didn't say another word and I make commission. I'm honestly really looking forward to seeing if he tries to contact my boss tomorrow. Oh, and I took down his license plate and gave 911 a little tip that there's a possible drunk guy driving in a big truck who just left the adult store. My boss messaged me to let me know if dude calls and tries to complain, he'll be asked kindly not to shop at our stores anymore. My boss doesn't put up with abuse of his staff, and that's why I love him. Shopping while drunk is such a bad idea because I worked in a shoe store for quite a number of years, and my favorite customer was this lady who would come in drunk all the time and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on shoes. The staff were very supportive of each other, and it was always a congratulations to whoever got to help her when she came in because we made commission, and to have hundreds of dollars in one transaction was always awesome. So I often think that shopping drunk is probably not the best idea because it seems you tend to spend more than if you weren't drunk. I hope those r/tales from retail, read by me, brightened your day a little bit and helped you get through this holiday season. If you didn't give the video a like earlier, give it a like now. And also subscribe because I know you want to hear more stories, and now is the time of year where entertainment is very valuable, especially in 2020. So, thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.